Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today we're diving into the world of dimes, those small but mighty coins that could be hiding a big fortune in your pocket or collection. In this video we'll explore the four most valuable US dime coins that are worth serious money. Some of these rare dimes have sold at auctions for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, so grab your coin jar, check your collection, and let's see if you might already own one of these incredible treasures. Let's get started. The 1981 US dime belongs to the Roosevelt dime series, first issued in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. By 1981, the dime had already become one of the most widely used coins in daily transactions. This coin reflects America's shift from silver to copper nickel clad after 1965, making it more durable for circulation but less intrinsically valuable in terms of metal content. Collectors today still find the 1981 dime interesting because of its role in the modern clad era. The obverse of the dime features the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John Arsenic. You'll see the word liberty to the left, the motto, "In God We Trust," the year 1981, and the mint mark near the date on the reverse. The coin shows a torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength, along with the inscriptions United States of America e pluribus unum and the denomination 1 dime. These design details are important to recognize, especially when spotting errors or differences in strike quality. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced Roosevelt dimes at 3 locations. Philadelphia struck about 676 million dimes, no mint mark. Denver minted around 736 million dimes with the D mint mark. San Francisco produced approximately 4 million proof coins with the S mint mark. When we combine circulation, strikes, and proofs, that's over 1.4 billion dimes for the year. With such large numbers, most are common but high-quality pieces stand out because they are much harder to find in pristine condition after decades of circulation. In circulated condition, a 1981 dime is usually worth just face value 10 cents, but when the coin is uncirculated, its value jumps. In mint state 63 ms 63, a 1981 dime can be worth $1 to $2. In ms 65, it may sell for $5 to $10. At the high-end coins graded ms 67 or ms 68 by PCGS or NGC can sell for $100, $250, or even more, because flawless examples are extremely rare considering the huge mintage. The San Francisco Mint struck proof dimes in 1981 for collectors, identified by the S mint mark. These proofs are not meant for circulation and have a mirror-like finish. Standard proof dimes are usually worth $2, $5, but special deep cameo proofs with perfect contrast between frosted devices and mirrored fields can be worth $20, $50. Some proof dimes from 1981 also have minor errors, which make them even more desirable to numismatists. The 1981 dime also has known error varieties. Some popular errors include off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, double die errors, where the lettering or date shows doubling, and clipped plankets, where part of the coin is cut off. These error dimes can range in value from $50 to several $100s, depending on the severity of the mistake. Collectors pay special attention to these because error coins are far scarcer than normal issues. While the 1981 dime is not a key date in the Roosevelt series, collectors who build full date hand mint sets will need it. Completing a set requires examples from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. For serious numismatists, the challenge is finding these coins in the highest grades with strong strikes and minimal contact marks. Registry set collectors who compete to have the best graded collections often pay premiums for top population examples. Grading is critical to determining value. A dime in average circulated condition may not be worth more than face value, but a certified ms 67 example from PCGS or NGC can bring hundreds of dollars. Proof coins graded PR70 deep cameo are especially desirable. Submitting coins to professional grading services can protect your investment and make selling much easier, especially for rare errors or high-grade pieces. From an investment perspective, the 1981 dime may not seem special at first because of its high mintage. However, condition rarity plays a huge role. The number of coins surviving in pristine ms 68 or PR70 condition is very low, which drives value up for collectors. Over time, demand for high-grade Roosevelt dimes has increased, particularly as younger collectors enter the hobby. Even a simple coin like the 1981 dime can hold strong investment potential when it's in the top 1% of surviving quality. In conclusion, the 1981 US dime is more than just a small coin in your pocket with over a billion minted. Most are common but uncirculated examples, proof strikes, and rarer varieties can be worth far more than face value. Whether you find one in your old coin jar or purchase it for your collection, it's a coin with history, design, and hidden potential. If you enjoyed learning about this dime, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our deep dives into valuable coins. Who knows, the next coin in your pocket change could be worth a fortune. Today we're diving deep into the 1988 Roosevelt dime from the United States of America. While at first glance it may seem like just another small coin in your pocket change, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. This dime represents decades of American coinage history, intricate minting processes, and even hidden collector value depending on condition, mint mark, and errors. So if you have a dime from 1988, stick around. You may be surprised at what it could be worth. The Roosevelt dime has been in production since 1946, when it replaced the Mercury dime as a tribute to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. Roosevelt was deeply admired for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and also for his role in founding the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio. That's why his profile proudly appears on the obverse side of every dime. By 1988, the coin had already become a cornerstone of American pocket change, circulating widely across the nation. Let's get into the minting details. The U.S. Mint produced an enormous number of dimes in 1988, over 2 billion coins in total. These were struck at the Philadelphia Mint No Mint Mark, Denver Mint D, and San Francisco Mint S. The Philadelphia Mint struck more than 1.03 billion dimes, Denver nearly the same amount at 1.03 billion, while San Francisco produced 3.26 million proof coins for collectors. This huge mintage makes most 1,988 dimes common in circulation, but the real gems are the high-grade coins and error strikes. When examining your dime, the mint mark is crucial. Look at the small area just above Roosevelt's. There you'll find either no letter Philadelphia, a D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. Proof coins struck with polished dies on specially prepared plankets have mirror-like surfaces and frosted details that make them stand out. Collectors especially value deep cameo proofs. DCAM from 1988, where the frosted design contrasts beautifully against the mirror background. What about values? Most 1988 dimes you find in circulation are worth face value just 10 cents because of the high mintage. However, the story changes when we talk about condition. Uncirculated examples graded MS65 or higher can be worth anywhere from $5 to $20, while MS67 and MS68 dimes are much harder to find and can command $100 to $300 or more at auctions. Proof coins are generally valued between $5 and $25, but exceptional specimens with perfect grades like PR70 Deep Cameo have sold for over $100. Another exciting aspect for collectors is the world of error coins. A 1988 dime with a striking error could be worth a small fortune compared to its regular counterparts. Some known errors include off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned, broad strikes, which occur when the collar fails to contain the planchet, double die errors, and missing clad layers revealing the copper core. Depending on rarity and demand, these ERORs can bring anywhere from $50 to several $100. The bigger and more obvious the error, the higher the collector interest. It's important to remember that the 1988 dime is made from clad metal, not silver. Since 1965, dimes have been composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This gives the coin its distinctive silvery look but no intrinsic silver value. This means, unlike Roosevelt dimes minted between 1946 and 1960, for which contain 90% silver, your 1988 dime's worth is based purely on condition, rarity, and collector demand, not precious metal content. For serious collectors, grading is everything. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, ranging from poor P1 to mint state MS70. Most 1988 dimes you'll encounter in circulation will be in lower circulated grades, but finding one in MS66 or higher is quite rare. Submitting your coin to third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC can unlock its true market value. Certified coins often sell for much higher prices because buyers trust the authenticity and professional grading. So if you're lucky enough to find a shiny uncirculated 1988 dime, or even better one with an error, it could be worth setting aside. Collectors today are paying premiums for these coins, and values continue to rise for high-grade specimens as supplies dwindle. Proof coins from San Francisco are also very popular among numismatists, especially incomplete proof sets. Remember, even though billions were minted, pristine examples are always in demand. In conclusion, the 1988 Roosevelt dime is a small but mighty coin that represents American history, honors a beloved president, and can carry collector value beyond its face worth. While most are only worth 10 cents, special conditions, proof issues, and rare errors make some 1988 dimes highly collectible. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads about valuable coins. Drop a comment below if you have a 1988 dime in your collection. We'd love to hear your story. Today's video is all about the fascinating 1989 one dime coin of the United States of America. This small but important piece of U.S. currency has been in circulation for decades and is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which started in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The 1989 dime might look ordinary, but it has unique minting history, interesting variations, and potential collector's value depending on its condition, rarity, and mint mark. If you have a 1989 dime in your pocket or coin jar, stay tuned because you might be holding something more valuable than you think. The obverse of the 1989 dime features the left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. Above his head is the word liberty, while the motto "In God We Trust" is inscribed to the left. The date 1989 is located at the bottom, and to the right side near the neck is the mint mark, which tells us where the coin was produced. It's important to check this area carefully because mint marks can greatly affect the coin's value and collectability. On the reverse side, the 1989 dime shows a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left representing peace and an oak branch on the right representing strength and independence. Surrounding these symbols are the inscriptions United States of America, e pluribus unum, and one dime. This reverse design has remained the same since the Roosevelt dime series began, making it one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. Now let's talk about the minting details. In 1989, the U.S. Mint struck dimes at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S for proof coins. The Philadelphia Mint produced more than 1.2 billion dimes. The Denver Mint struck around 896 million, and the San Francisco Mint made 3.2 million proof coins. With such high mintages, most 1989 dimes are still considered common in circulated condition, but proof coins and high-grade uncirculated examples can be worth much more. The value of a 1989 dime in regular circulation is, of course, 10 cents. However, collectors are always looking for coins in pristine condition, such as those graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. An uncirculated 1989 dime from Philadelphia or Denver in high grade can sell for $2 to $5, while proof coins from San Francisco can fetch anywhere from $5 to $15 depending on condition. Special cameo or deep cameo proof strikes are especially attractive to collectors. What really drives up the value of the 1989 dime are errors and varieties. Some error examples include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped plankets, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. These types of minting mistakes can sell for $50, $100, or even more depending on how rare and dramatic the error is. Always check your coins closely because even a small error can turn an ordinary dime into a valuable treasure. Another factor that makes certain 1989 dimes valuable is their grade and appearance. Collectors often pay a premium for coins that are bright, shiny, and free from scratches or wear. These high-quality coins, especially when certified by grading services, can enter auctions and sell for surprisingly high prices. Some of the top auction results for 1989 dimes in pristine condition have gone into the hundreds of dollars, proving that even modern coins can have hidden value. It's also worth noting that the 1989 dime is made of a copper nickel-clad composition, not silver. Many people mistake Roosevelt dimes for silver coins, but only dimes dated 1964 or earlier were 90% silver from 1965 onwards, including the 1989 dime coins are clad, which means they have a copper core sandwiched between two nickel layers. Despite not being silver, these coins are still an important part of U.S. coinage history. For coin collectors and beginners alike, the 1989 dime is a great starting point. It's affordable, easy to find, and comes with plenty of variations to explore. Whether you're building a Roosevelt dime set, searching for rare mint errors, or simply learning about U.S. history through coins, the 1989 dime offers valuable lessons and collectible opportunities. Always remember that condition, rarity, and demand are the three biggest factors that determine a coin's worth. Before we wrap up, if you enjoy learning about coins like the 1989 one dime of the United States of America, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. We cover coin values, hidden treasures, and rare mint errors every week. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a unique 1989 dime in your change, and let us know what other coins you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and your next pocket change discovery could be worth much more than face value. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946 to honor Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who passed away in April of 1945. Roosevelt was admired for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, but also for his personal struggle with polio and his efforts to fight the disease through the March of Dimes Foundation, which raised funds for research and care. It was this connection to the dime and the fight against polio that led to his portrait being placed on the coin by 1996. The Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for 50 years, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. To celebrate this golden anniversary, the U.S. Mint introduced something very special in 1996, a dime with the West Point W mint mark, the very first circulating coin to ever bear this symbol. Let's take a closer look at the design and specifications of the 1996 dime. The obverse was designed by John Arsenic, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, and it features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt. Along the rim, you'll find the word Liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," the year 1996, and the mint mark above the date. On the reverse, you'll see a torch in the center symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace on the left and an oak branch for strength on the right, surrounded by the inscriptions United States of America e pluribus unum and one dime. The coin is made of copper nickel clad, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, over a pure copper core. Measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, 1.35 millimeters thick, and weighs 2.27 grams. Though small, it carries a rich symbolism. Now let's break down the mintage numbers for each mint. In 1996, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.4 billion dimes with no mint mark, while the Denver Mint struck around 1.2 billion with the D mint mark. The San Francisco Mint issued about 2 million proof coins with the S mint mark, available only in collector proof sets, but the star of the show is the 1996 W dime from the West Point Mint, with a mintage of just 1.457-1 coins, all of which were distributed exclusively in special 1996 uncirculated mint sets. This made it the very first dime to carry the W mark, and unlike the billions made in Philadelphia and Denver, the West Point version is significantly rarer. So how much is a 1996 dime worth? Regular Philadelphia and Denver issues in circulated condition are worth only face value, just 10 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, these can bring $1 to $5, and exceptionally high-grade examples, certified MS-67 or MS-68, can sell for $20, $100 or more. The San Francisco proofs usually sell for $5 to $15, with deep cameo examples sometimes reaching $30. But the real treasure is the 1996 W dime. In typical uncirculated condition, it is worth $20 to $50, and in gem mint state MS-68, MS-69, prices can climb to $200, $500. At auctions, one example even sold for nearly $1,000 when it received a perfect grade from PCGS. This shows how dramatically condition affects value. Collectors also search for 1996 dime errors and varieties which can be worth far more than the normal coins. Some known errors include off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped plankets, and double die verses or reverses. An off-center dime missing a large portion of the design could fetch $100 to $200, while a double die error, especially one affecting the lettering or Roosevelt's profile, could sell for hundreds, depending on visibility. Other errors like die cracks, scuds, or rotated dies also add collectible value. Always inspect your 1996 dimes carefully with a magnifying glass or coin loop, because a small error can turn a 10-cent coin into a $100 coin. The 1996 W dime is not only valuable but also historically significant. It marked the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime and introduced the West Point Mint to mainstream collectors. Until then, West Point was mostly known for producing bullion coins and commemoratives. The inclusion of the W dime in mint sets was a way to celebrate the series, while also promoting interest in collecting. Many collectors preserved these coins, but some were accidentally released into circulation. Finding one in your pocket change today is like striking gold. It's rare, but it does happen. One important aspect of collecting 1996 dimes is the grading and designation process. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC are far more valuable because buyers trust the authenticity and condition. Special attention is given to the full torch FT designation, which means the torch on the reverse shows full horizontal lines and strong vertical details. A 1996 dime with the FT designation, especially in grades MS67 or MS68, can command impressive premiums. For example, a 1996W dime graded MS68 FT has sold for several $100, far more than its regular and graded counterparts. For new collectors, here is a quick guide on how to check your 1996 dime. Flip the coin to the obverse and look just above the year 1996. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. A small D means Denver and S means San Francisco. Proof and a W indicates the rare West Point version. Also check both sides of the coin for sharpness, shine, and any unusual marks or errors. If your coin looks especially pristine, consider sending it in for grading. Remember, the difference between a $20 coin and a $200 coin often comes down to condition and certification. In conclusion, the 1996 Roosevelt dime is one of the most interesting modern coins you can collect. While most examples from Philadelphia and Denver are worth only face value, the proof coins, and especially the 1996 W dime, can be worth many times their face value, particularly in top grades or with the full torch designation. Combine that with the chance of finding valuable mint errors, and this little 10-cent piece becomes a true treasure. So the next time you're looking through your change or coin collection, don't overlook the 1996 dime. You could be holding something far more valuable than you think. And as always, if you enjoy learning about hidden treasures in everyday coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends, because coin collecting is more exciting when we discover these gems together.